Hello, and welcome back to the Talos Principle 2. Let us continue with the Eastern Wetlands, where we have collected our first star in the previous episode, right? We have hunted down the Sphinx switch or whatnot. Now, for this episode, I want to first concentrate on getting the star from Pandora, and for which we will probably need to find some puzzle thingy. I don't know where puzzles are, and I'm not sure if this is a good enough angle, for example, to grab from here and pass over there. You still say that 1, 7, and 8 are over here, but the path will lead me behind. Maybe we should start with because there is this thing, and it is connected to the other thing. Have we found our lost lab in here, by the way? We did not. Interesting. So the last lab is also on the list. Oh, you're going even further. Gosh darn. How much further? And where the heck am I? Let's see. There you are. Seemingly going all the way over there. Huh. I don't like the fact that there is no path there. I mean, after all, it's just a connector somewhere up top, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. That makes a bit more sense. Because that connector connects to something else. And where do you take me? Hi. You take me right here. I suspect that this puzzle will have an RGB shifter. Pounding. We broke ground on the first of the permanent structures today, a large hall that will eventually be converted into a performance and exhibition space, my idea, although for now we'll use it as a workshop. It's strange, this place. There's a lot of open space and I didn't think that I would find it so unusual, but I suppose we all spent more time at the dam than was originally planned, and now it's difficult to get used to not having that low ceiling over our heads. It's probably just me. Byron loves being outside and is always volunteering for scavenging missions. Liftresir usually tags along, although he seems more fascinated with observing nature and various weird creatures. At night I sometimes catch myself standing by the door, not because I have guard duty, just watching the stars. It's oddly comforting to think that they've always been there, that they watched our ancestors standing where I now stand. From Miranda to 5358. That must be some kind of glitch, right? We finished setting up the external site at the lake. The area is so stunning, we forgot about the experiment for a while and went for a long walk. The ways in which all the different aspects of nature interact with each other are endlessly fascinating to me. And the sheer variety of living things, even on a simple green meadow. Sadly, we then stumbled onto the carcass of a deer that had been torn apart by wolves. It must have suffered enormously, and thinking about that made me feel truly terrible. There is so much pain in nature. Cutting down swathes of trees for their building projects, thoughtlessly causing radical changes to large environment, and focusing local species to adapt to their artificial habitats. These are the traits of a species of intelligent, industrious, and extremely impactful ecosystem engineers. Humans? Nah, I'm talking about beavers. Like us, beavers transform their environments via building, and their actions have real consequences, creating vast wetlands that some species thrive in, while others die. Human activity is very similar. We too are ecosystem engineers, and we too benefit some species while harming others. Everything about this is completely natural, including the damage to other species. After all, that's what competition and evolution is all about. Those species that adapt to the ecosystems we create will, over the coming millennia, become the core of new biodiversity. And so evolution runs its course. If we don't like the result, if we think some species should be preserved despite being outcompeted, well, that's anything but natural. It is, however, very human. It is fascinating how so much of what we do is common in animals, but furthered enormously by our intelligence and our ability to remember. Through us, the universe strives to a greater level of complexity. But does the universe have the capacity to strive for anything? We must be careful to avoid projecting human values onto the cosmos. So, you certainly will have a shifter for me because you have a green thing over there. There and back again. Hold on, there is just one connector. Okay, wait a second. Oh, we are having these things. And we have a shifter, okay. So you probably take from green, from blue to red, right? So this would not work. Not at all. I mean, this probably also would not work at all as well. Yeah. Okay. What can we do here? I mean, I can do that. But why? You can generate a red one, which I cannot deliver here. So you're practically useless for me over here. However, if you generate red, come on. Now it works. Now I can put you. No. No. you take blue. And you make it red. And now we have a shifter. Wonderful. So we need a shifter to make green one over here, which means we need to have a red. Oh, that seems pretty simple. Okay. So we will need this thing and this thing. And you will probably stand somewhere over here. Cool. Cool. I will take you, thank you very much. I will make this thing. I will take you. And now we do a bit of magic. We take this one. And then we take this one. And then everything is working flawlessly.
I think about New Alexandria all the time. But realizing this place was built on its bones just brings it all back even more. We were so optimistic when we started. So full of ourselves. Thought we could accomplish anything. And then, in one single moment, it was all gone. I remember a flash, and then just lying there, realizing that my legs had melted. I tried to pull myself away from the fire, but the servos in my arms were broken. If Eustathius hadn't found me, sorry. Just some old scars.
And everybody was silent about that.
Okay?
Is everything okay with you? What do you make of Pandora?
It's pretty clear to me that she doesn't want us to proceed with what we're doing. I find that deeply concerning. That said, there are clearly other forces at play here as well, so I'm trying my best to remain open to a more positive interpretation.
One of these beings called us here, after all.
Exactly. But we don't really understand anything yet, and this Prometheus is suspiciously absent, so I remain cautious.
Well, perhaps he is absent because he was imprisoned by Pandora. Okay, that's the Sphinx. Where does this one take me? Lost puzzle. Okay. We can do a lost puzzle. Transposition. We have a jammer, we have some other fancy stuff. Okay, well that seems logical for now. Except it does not. Never mind that. Well, clearly we need to somehow deliver the red beam over here. We have a connector. And we have a force field. Wonderful. Now, what the heck? Okay, this is the furthest I can do. Does that mean that I can take you and do this? No, I cannot do that. I also cannot go past because... Is there other way to deactivate the force field? Oh, do we need both of them? Huh. Can you really not shove this one over here somehow? Nah. Huh. Is there not a blue source somewhere? I mean, there is a blue source over there. But I would need a drill for that. That I don't have. Oof. My brain refuses to work today. I think I'm missing something. Let's see, I have a connector. I can bring it here. For purpose unknown. I can do this. Again, for purpose unknown. I have only blue swords. Oh, wait a second. I was this close to getting the drill. Except... No, that's right. It's all good, it's all good. We got the drill. So now that we have the drill, we can also do this. Why? Well, we'll figure that out in a minute. Because we can now do this. Almost. Almost. Let's see. We can do this and this. And that would be one of them. So now I take you on the other side, performing the transposition. Would you look at that? Now I take you somehow. That would work. I just need to do this. And boom. This thing is very menacing looking, I must say. Cat sitting advice. So I'm cat sitting Yakut's cat Bruce and he keeps peeing on my charging port. Is there anything I can do to prevent this? Clean it very thoroughly, so not a single trace of smell remains. I know it's hard without the ability to smell, but we do have some cleaning agents that should do the trick. Contact me on private if you need a list. Oh, and make sure Bruce isn't distressed by something. Cats don't like being moved from their territory. Maybe it would be easier if you just moved him back to Yakut's place and fed him there? No, Bruce is just a bastard. He loves being on anything electrical, chewing on cables, and generally just breaking stuff. This is normal. And I warned you, Pellegrina. I could have given him to Neith, she's used to him. But he's so fuzzy and I love him. Ah, cats. Now, I was on my Pandora quest. So... Puzzle number 6. Hidden. I mean, the angles look very weird, but maybe. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Okay, that worked. Okay, there is a path. Okay, so I'm not entirely mad. I'm not entirely mad. Wait a second. There is a path. You can stick to a path and reach your destination. Which is why I'm hoping to stumble upon the lost web later.
False idols are worshipped not because they are idols, but because they are false. True idols are rejected because the truth is feared.
Profound. And I think I see my lost web.
Every site we've investigated has had one of these labs, but they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there.
Also
What
true.
we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
That is some kind of like periodical element. What in the actual heck? Okay, this just looks like a ferromagnetic shenanigans. After a lifetime dedicated to the written word, I'm faced with a task I could never have expected. Writing an epitaph not only for myself but for my species. In the unlikely event that Alexandria Drennan is successful and one day someone reads this, what meaningful insights can I share into the strange phenomenon that is humanity? I spent days thinking about it, but now I'm running out of time. So I'll set down the one thought that I simply can't shake. It didn't have to be this way. With more time, we could have found a cure. With a few political victories, we could have been prepared. Change any factor, even by a little, and we would have made it. This isn't divine punishment, it's just dumb luck. I'm reaching for something here, but I don't know what is it. Forgiveness? Grace? Acceptance? No, I hate the idea of accepting this. Hope maybe. I feel like this story is unfinished. Maybe it should be. No epitaphs for humanity. I pray Drennan is right. It didn't have to be this way. And yet it was. Location Grodno 1. Lord Dunsany. Charon. From 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Charon leaned forward and rode. All things were one with his weariness. It was not with him a matter of years or of centuries, but of wide floods of time and an old heaviness and a pain in the arms that had become for him part of the scheme that the gods had made, and was of a piece with eternity. If the gods had even sent him a contrary wind, it would have divided all time in his memory into two equal slabs. So grey were all things, always where he was, that if any radiance lingered a moment among the dead, on the face of such a queen perhaps as Cleopatra, his eyes could not have perceived it. It was strange that the dead nowadays were coming in such numbers. They were coming in thousands where they used to come in 50s. It was neither Charon's duty nor his wont to ponder in his grey soul why these things might be. Charon leaned forward and rode. Then no one came for a while. It was not unusual for the gods to send no one down from Earth for such a space, but the gods knew best. Then one man came alone, and the little shade sat shivering on a lonely bench, and the great boat pushed off. Only one passenger. The gods knew best. And great and weary Charon rode on and on beside the little silent shivering ghost. and the sound of the river was like a mighty sigh that grief in the beginning had sighed among her sisters, and that could not die like the echoes of human sorrow failing on earthy hills, but was as old as time and the pain in Charon's arms. Then the boat from the slow grey river loomed up to the coast of Dis, and the little silent shade, still shivering, stepped ashore, and Charon turned the boat to go wearily back to the world. Then the little shade spoke. That had been a man. "I am the last," he said. No one had ever made Charon smile before. No one before had even made him weep. God damn! "I'm the last" just sent goosebumps and shivers down my spine. There is an obvious and perhaps intended interpretation, that this is the end of humanity, and the last shadow is the last human to live. But another interpretation is equally possible, that humanity has achieved immortality and the last shadow is the last human to die. I prefer the latter. Okay, repeated calculation, weird, modified to gain further insights into unexpected error. The simulation trials affecting each other via unknown mechanism. What is going on here? Okay, done with the lab. We can now complete this puzzle. And then later we will try to find out another lost one. So, what do we have here? Force field and a blue source. This gate can be activated by either red or blue. We have some winding path over here and an inverter. Okay, and we need two things over here to get to this place. Got it. We cannot take, well, we potentially can. So you have a blue source, right? So you can easily do something like this. And then you can do maybe something like that. Question is, why? And that is a damn good question. Let's see. What else can I do here? Clearly I need this thing somehow to work. Well, ain't that a conundrum? I feel like I need this gate open so that I can use just the inverter directly and then open this gate. But for that the gate already needs to be open. Which means that the connector should be over there, blasting the blue one like this. Which means that this gate needs to be open somehow. Which means that we need to take this bad boy and shove it over here. And it doesn't work. Because we somehow need to connect you. Okay, wait a second. Oh, right. Okay, that That is a very precarious angle, but it seems to be working fine. So... And... Boom.
Clever.
Thank you, Melville. Thank you. Okay, one is somewhere this way. I will follow the path over here and we'll see if we can eventually stumble on the lost puzzle. Because this is to the lost lab, this is to the Pandora monument. This is our number 7, and we can talk with Melville, by the way.
Yes?
Have been a while. Tell me about New Alexandria.
New Alexandria. What a mess. It was an attempt to start a new city, but it went about as sideways as it goes. Gas explosion, more than 30 dead, unrecoverable. Al was there for the whole thing.
But why would so much tech from New Alexandria be here?
Because the whole place was abandoned. Byron insisted that we had to rebuild, but for the survivors, it was just too traumatic to deal with. So I guess that stuff was just lying around for someone to pick up.
For someone. Just some unaccounted advanced android with human-like intelligence happens to be there to pick the stuff up. Is that what we're implying here? There are a few problems with this plan, of course. I mean, I can make you blue. If you blue, that means that you can later create red for me. Yeah, that's the kind of a problem, that it doesn't stick later. If you can create red, then you will be temporarily able to open this thing. But what use does it have if I cannot keep this thing open? Somehow I need to open this thing so that I can get a blue laser going. Well, I mean... Duh! Right, it's not that complicated. Now, let's see. We cannot touch you anymore. So... Where the heck is that thing? Oh, there you are. Now, you just grab the thing. Places of longing. Paris. Paris was an ancient city, sometimes called the City of Light, one of the great capitals of the world, home to tradition and innovation alike. It was the birthplace of one of the greatest revolutions in history, the moment that gave birth to modernity in all its glories and horrors alike. The spirit of freedom that was born here, although it was suppressed by enemies and traitors, never entirely faded, and it lived on in the minds of artists for many generations. Maybe something of that spirit still remains in us. Maybe. Where do you take me? Lost puzzle. Yes. Let's see. Preconnected. Nice, we do have inverter right away, which we will clearly need. We have red source, which I cannot access when this thing stands over here on this button. We can get over here and see a drilled wall. Okay. We have another inverter over here behind the force field, which we probably need to liberate one way or another. And we have a red one. So red one will require the blue to the inverter. Maybe through two inverters. Yeah, there should be inverter with blue, maybe like keeping this one open. And then another from this blue one to this one. Okay, so we definitely need to get this inverter somehow. Which means that we need to deliver that inverter on this side and have this wall drilled so that we can open it. Okay, but how the heck are we gonna do that? That is quite a conundrum right now. Even if I can place a drill over here, what use does it make? I mean, it has a... okay, you can have a straight shot. Okay. So perhaps this inverter will go over there. Okay. That still leaves a few questions. Let me take a quick break and I will be back with you very shortly. Let's get cracking. Now, let's see. Unfortunately, I did not come up mysteriously with some convenient solution. I can switch you though. So I can, for example, leave you here and then do something. For example, can probably do this. More than that, I can do this. Then I can do this. God damn it. Right, because... Hey? Okay, okay. No panic, no panic. Nobody panics. Okay. Okay, we can do it. I can do it. Maybe. Yeah, that should work. This doesn't work. Why this does not work? No, that is almost correct. You take. Bam!
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters. It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can. There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
No, but I wanted to go. Wait,
Oh,
is this thing still on?
it does chime in. North Survey. It looks very snowy. Wanna go there. Now let's see. We have our lost puzzles. We got them. Stars. We got them. So the lab we have. Yes. So it's only just the main puzzles now. Positional interchange. Oh, I was wondering for a moment, like, what the heck is that? And that's just a cube. Okay. Well, anti-idol. Okay. Peculiar. It will not be able to work well, will it? Yeah, and that will not work at all. So, okay. Damn it. I'm like, you can do that. But it doesn't help you. Does it? I mean, you can do this. It will interrupt it though. Do I care? No. Let's see, you can produce red. So I can theoretically do this. Okay, and if you will produce red, you will be able to produce blue. And what's the point in that? Hang on. I think I'm cooking something. Yeah, that is kind of the problem. But you can do that. Just add this one. Okay. Cool. Cool. Can you by any chance also... Yes, you can. Okay. So we can do this. God. Can you also hit this? Ah, you can hit freaking everything. Okay, that makes stuff a bit more trivial.
That was extremely convoluted.
Nah. Oh, the golden gate. Still locked. Still needs more stars. We'll be working on that. Just not sure where to go. Okay, this leads me back to the bridge. Okay. So you're saying 1, 2, and 4 are in this direction. There you are. Inversion. Yeah, I expect 1 to be a simple presentation of a inversion concept, because I already done weighted puzzles and logic tells me that the weighted puzzles are supposed to be a bit more difficult. Okay. The garden. I walk in the garden without fear, as stars swirl across the sky, and I stand amongst the tall lilies, who lift their faces to the passing eons. Here I will do no harm, and no harm will come to me, for at last my journey is over, and I am at home. Beautiful. Makes me feel calm and happy. This is my new favorite of yours, I think. Although maybe step by step towards the nightingales, I might still win out. Let's say it's a tie. The words are definitely beautiful, but to me it seems like a poem about death. I'm very bad with poetry, so I don't know. I don't think our journey is over. Again, I'm just talking crap out of my mouth right now. That all this is just a momentary stop, a place where we rest for a little while before we go on to new adventures. I always thought of humanity's journey as long and exhausting, a search for home. Homes are important, but we are wanderers, Amesh. We need new horizons. And the more we travel, the more we perceive our homes with new eyes and find more to love. Wow, a response from Byron himself. Thank you for your thoughts, everyone. I really appreciate them. Amesh. That's our number 2. Energy maintenance. And a pedestal of all things. Yeah, clearly it needs 2 of them. And also clearly you need to invert one in the end. I mean, maybe, but let's not hurry. Let's not hurry, I said. We will need blue here though. Will we though? Interesting, if I interrupted, I will close myself here, right? Yeah. Interesting. So... yeah, wait, hang on. So I do this to keep it open. I take you. I connect you 3. Then I can take you away. Then I can take you. And that should open me the way to the big ominous structure. However, we have 2 more puzzles. Now, if we really rush it, maybe we can complete them. But maybe I will do only one today. Well, I mean in this episode. I think I have checked this terminal. Yes. Because I am a little bit pressed on time and I do not have an opportunity to stay too much after my time is over, after we have to wrap an episode. So I will probably go for just one puzzle right now. And then the next episode we start with the final puzzle as a warm-up and then a bridge. And then ominous structure and an even more ominous structure. We have a refraction over here. Let's see, we have one inverter, we have one source. That seems like a decent start. That gives me this thing. That also gives me this thing. I cannot take it away, so maybe I will just like do it like this. Yeah, I need another one. So perhaps I will do it like this. Now I have potentially a red source. It complicates things because this one I believe is out of picture. Okay. So, what do I do with the 2 of you? Can you connect more than one, I wonder? How does that work? How do you choose your primary color? So now you're blue. Wait, hold. And now you're blue. Now you're red. Does it depend on the number of which source I select? Oh, you have two sources and they're both red. So it doesn't matter which one you select, because like this you will produce a blue one. Right? Interesting. Okay, let's let me stick to my word. And let this be the moment where we wrap it up. We have puzzle number 5 remaining, and then we head to the bridge. But for this time, we will call it an episode. Now, thank you so much for staying with me. I hope you enjoy my company and my gameplay. And if that is the case, then please leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments what I can improve for you. I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day out there, and bye.